Actually, you saying that every day you meet somebody that tells a story reminded me, and this is a true one. This was a lady over in Tregony, and a friend of ours met her in the main street and asked how she was, and she said, oh, she said, I went to this here wedding on Saturday. She said, oh, it was handsome. She said, a lot of they women was wearing they girt hats, you know, they great big ones. She said, but a lot of them was wearing they little fornicators. Because the Cornish often get their words wrong. Maybe not. I'm not. I always carry this one with me. This is my Cornish passport. I take it with me whenever I go over the bridge. I always carry it. Anyway, this friend of ours went out to Australia to visit my daughter for the first time. Landed in Sydney Airport. He'd never been before, so he didn't know the routine. Anyway, when he got there, he got through the customs bit and he got into immigration. And the immigration officer had his passport, and the immigration officer was going through every page. Then he typed in something on his computer. Then he looked through his passport again. Well, this went on for about 5 minutes. And this chap said, he got a bit impatient, and he said, excuse me, he said, is there a problem? And the immigration officer was still going through the passport, and he said, have you got a criminal record? And our friend said, no, I didn't know it was still necessary. I'd like to tell you a yarn now, and this was an absolutely true story because it was told by somebody who was there. It happened back in 1974 up at Camelford. And there was this here sewage works up at Camelford. Now, I wasn't told the names of the chaps involved, but I like to give them names because it makes it a bit more personal. So Sam was working at the sewage works. Now his job was to stand among the settling ponds and rake over the stuff with a long wooden handled rake. Anyway, he was there working away, and suddenly his mate Bert come up the road. Now Bert was on the next shift. Health and safety would have had an absolute heart attack, wouldn't they, with all this? Anyway, when Bert approached Sam, instead of just standing gently raking away with his rake, he had a spade and he was digging like fury in the stuff. So Bert says, what are you doing up there, Sam? What on earth's going on? And Bert said, well, it's like this here. He said, I hung me jacket on the post in the middle and he folded in the stuff and I'm trying to find him. So Bert said, what on earth for? You won't want to find him? He said, you won't never wear him again? And Bert said, well, it's like this here. He said, I aren't worried about the jacket. He said, but me pasty was in the pocket. Now, this one's got a postscript because I go ringing at Laddock. And I try out all my stories on the bell ringers. And one of the bell ringers said, well, he said, if he'd had in a cereal box with a rubber band round it, he would probably have been all right. Mind boggles, doesn't it?